Hey, what's going on? I know this is not my regular time. Don't know how many people are going to jump on, jump off. So I just wanted to go ahead and get my weekly recap page done because I will be not joining in, but watching Tarshel's live a little bit later. So I said, let me come on and get this done. And I'm hoping that we have an uninterrupted live and it stays a little bit clear. This desk is a little junky. It's a whole lot junky, not a little junky. But again, I hope everybody's Friday or their week has gone well. And if it did not go well, that you're able to journal about it and express it in your journal. As a disclaimer, you're probably going to hear a lawnmower in the background. I would love to apologize for that, but I'm not, because my kid had to cut the grass in order to play his annoying Fortnite. So he's not a happy camper right now, and I am. So that is some noise that you may hear in the background. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the page started. And again, I'm doing the weekly recap, and I'm just pulling out some pens that I have. These are the Stapler pigment liners. All right, so I'm gonna write the word weekly recap, and it's still looking fuzzy, y'all. After a while, I think I'm gonna say this, but I think after this, until I'm able to get a particular camera, I don't know if I'm gonna go live. And I love going live, but at the end of the day, I have to own and walk in my truth, and my phone's capability seems like it's no longer able. Let me check one more thing before I say that about my phone. Yeah, nah, it's on the right Wi-Fi. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to think about that, y'all. Yeah. And the type of camera that I'm gonna need is quite pricey. All right, so I am just drawing some lines on the side. And then I'm gonna go and write weekly recap in. Yeah, this distortion is horrible. Hey, what's going on? Let me know what y'all see on y'all end. I just changed it. I think it looks better. Yeah, because mine was sitting at 144 while I was on that. All right. So we're going to write weekly recap. Oh, yeah. I know y'all got those candles, but the way my bank account is set up right now, honey, I cannot buy a candle right now. It's only temporary, but I got to walk in my truth, honey. So when I'm able to get whatever vlogging camera, I will. That just has to go on my prayer list, and it has to go on my manifestation list. All right, so weekly recap. And I believe I'm going to end up getting a vlogging camera because I want to be able to walk around now. At first, I just wanted it to be a stationary camera. But, yeah. And once I'm in a better financial situation and a job that pays me what I'm worth, weekly recap, I will definitely be upgrading. But I'm gonna remain humble and still bring videos to y'all how I can. But if it ever looks grainy, I'm gonna just tell y'all we're gonna have to try again on another day. All right, so we're doing the weekly recap. I'm gonna add a stamp. You know I have to add a stamp because Pine is on here and she's going to be like, girl, where is your stamp? So we're going to do a do what you love on here. And we are in the week of, I believe it is May 6th, and we'll be ending on the 12th, Mother's Day. All right, so this is May, the week of May 6th. Through May 12th. All right. So that is that. Y'all, I've been playing around with these little stencils, and I think I kind of like them a little bit. Now, I haven't mastered it because they lift up sometimes, but I am starting to enjoy them, I believe, a little bit more each day. It's only taken me, I don't know how long to start using them, but they're really cool for people that aren't comfortable. Oh, that's fine, Pine. I know I'm actually earlier. I just said I want to be able to check in on Tarshel's live, and I want to push myself through because this week I've been dragging. So I was like, let me just come on here and do that and get this weekly recap page. And so if you're just jumping on and you hear the lawnmower in the background, I was telling them earlier when we hopped on, my kid thought he was going to come home and just play Fortnite. And I was like, baby boy, you got stuff to do. So I made him wash his clothes for next week, clean his room. And then he had to cut the grass. And so he's just not happy. And not to mention, he's like, well, I got $20. I want to buy, I don't know what's new out, but he needs the extra $5. And so I'm like, how do you think you're about to get an extra $5 and you don't want to do your chores? And you want to use my PayPal account. All right. So there's red, there's yellow, and now we need a green. So I'm going to put a green over here. It rained really bad yesterday here. It was supposed to rain today, but it hasn't. So hopefully it holds off, but it's supposed to rain again today and tomorrow and Sunday, actually. Oh, awesome, Monique. Does anybody else have wins on here for the week? Yeah, it didn't rain. It's held off so far, so I'm excited about that. All right, so we have our 3 colors in position for what we're going to track. So I'm going to write stop, yield, and go. If you're not familiar with this breakdown, I would suggest to go look at some other videos on weekly recaps, and it will break it down for you. All right, so we're going to do stop. Hey, Hope, how is it going for you? Then we're going to write yield. And then go. All right. And so then I'm going to put a line across the bottom. And that's going to cover our next week goal, where we typically will write next week. And I'm looking for, I think my gray outliner is upstairs. Hey. All right, so I'm going to put this across the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp. We're going to do our little stamp. I'm not doing 2 stamps today. We're going to do 1. So we're going to do 1 stamp. And I think this is a smoke gray. We're going to do a smoke gray stamp, probably in this little right hand corner over here. All right, y'all know the routine. I'm going to hold my hand down just a little bit longer. I think I saturated it. And if not, we just going to have that distorted look. Oh, come on, y'all. That was a good one right here. That was a real good one. Let me move this out the way, I need to put that on my list tomorrow to pick up some stamp cleaner. All right, so I have do what you love. Oh, awesome. Hey, Unique. I know, Monica, I haven't done my daily sheets in a while. Like, in all transparency, y'all, I have not planned all week long except in my fitness planner. Y'all ain't been doing nothing in that planner. So I have to get back on it. I have to print out some items. I need to print some of those items out for my planner. Some more inserts. Hold on one second, y'all. Just keep that out on the patio. And then when you're finished, start going the opposite way. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you drink some water. Stay hydrated. You're not about to talk back. Seriously. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Alrighty. And so I'm putting these. But yeah, I have not been planning all week long. Like, I've been getting things done that I need to do. But I definitely have been out of the loop a little bit. Pine, I have some makeup removers, so I'll use some of those. I actually have some wipes somewhere over here. They're just not in front of me. Okay, so my stamp is not all the way dry, so it kind of smudged over in that little corner. So in this area over here, I need to write what I need to stop doing, what didn't work for me this week. Okay, so we can stick with baby wipes, y'all, because those stamp cleaners are expensive, so I'm cool with that. So the first part, we'll write what didn't work. In this middle, we'll write what I need to slow down on or review some more. And then we will write what worked this week. And so those are your 3 sections that you typically write about. Now, you can do a couple of things. If you feel like you have enough to write about now, you can go ahead and complete your entry today. Or if you feel like I want to get all the way through Sunday, then you can do it that way. I typically will wait until Sunday, but there are some days that I'm able to start putting in the information if I know it's something that I need to reflect on, if I'm going to choose to use this as a bullet point. Cool, Al. Thank you so much. So I will definitely try that. This right here is going to be next week's goals. I just wanted to stand out. I want it to be a little bit bold. So let me find something to go on here. This is a Friction Pilot highlighter. This is actually an erasable highlighter. And I'm going to do one more thing, y'all, because this ink is not completely dry. I'm going to put a sheet of paper on top of it so that if it smears, I'm okay with it smearing underneath here. All right, and then I'm going to write next week. And then we'll go around there. All right, so a couple of tips when you are reevaluating your week. I know quite a few of you all have purchased the work journal prompts. So I am going to encourage you to do something a little bit different this week, right? Because once y'all get into those journal prompts, there's going to be a couple of things that happen. You're going to roll your eyes at me a couple of times, and that's fine because I've been rolling my eyes at myself. And then you're going to probably be a tad bit exhausted in regards to breaking this down and adding work, because once you start doing those prompts, you would have done so much already. So in the next few weeks, I would encourage you all to focus on your weekly recaps in regards to possibly your family, self-care, communication with your friends, other areas outside of work, because again, y'all have quite a bit to write on. I'm not sure if you opened up your questions yet and you reviewed them, but you can kind of see how that can be a lot to be like, okay, what didn't work at work, or what didn't, happen at work. I just don't want you to overload yourself. Hey, Tarshell, I don't want you to overload yourself on the weekly recaps. So if you purchase the work journal prompts, don't include the work aspect in your weekly recap unless you want to, okay? Now, if that's something you want to do, that's fine. However, I know how loaded those questions are, and you might have read them and you're like, oh, okay, I can do this. But once you start writing them, you're going to probably be like, okay, now I understand what she means. So if you have those questions, let me know if that may work better for you as far as your weekly recap. All right, so now I'm going to trace around. This is a 0.1, which is a super fine skinny point marker pen, and I'm going to go around that. And then under here, remember, this will be next week's goal. Now, when we discuss self-care and you're breaking down what worked, what didn't work, make sure that you're really descriptive. So often we'll put a couple of words, but we won't be as descriptive as we could be. So you want to make sure you're really descriptive in what worked and what did not work. And so again, I'm going over the words that says next week. And then under here, my goals are going to be a little different. I'm not going to include work with my goals for next week. I'm going to make sure that it deals with family, self-care, and possibly finances, something like that. I'll do that. Work will be put with the journal prompts. All right, so we've done this part right here. See what I was saying? It was smudging on, it's still a little wet. That's why I had that right there. And then I'm gonna write right here, goals to accomplish. Now I can tell you with this week, this layout is going to be a little bit different for me. I'm going to do more of a bullet point, and then on the other side, I will write about each bullet point. So this journal entry for this week is going to be a little bit longer than the one from last week. So since I'm going to do that, I'm going to take one of these things I'm going to get the best out of these little templates. So I'm going to do 3 squares per category. And then, like I said, I'll write about each of those in more detail. And then after I do that, we'll be done with this page. This is not a super creative page, as y'all would normally see. And then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna pull a yellow pen. And again, all I said I'm gonna do is 3 different points in each category. Now, if you don't have 3, that's fine. You can just write 1. It doesn't have to be 3 total, but I know for a fact I can pull out 3 things. Occurred. If you have more wins, then you can write out more wins. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 squares over here. Hey, Anika. All right, so we have that. So we have that section, and now just because I want something a little bit extra on here, I'll go in and put washi tape, just because, not because the washi tape is going to make anything better, but because I have this in front of me. I already used this earlier today. I just want to use it again. I have, for a fact, had this washi for over 2.5 years, y'all, and I think this is my 3rd time using it. So that's why I am trying to stay out of the stores as much as possible and shop my stash. Because otherwise I'll be spending unnecessary money. Thank you. I thought it was cute too when I got it. I don't know why it's taking me so long to use it. But it did. All right, and I'm going to put, for next week, I'm not going to overdo my goals. Now, of course, if I finish the first set of goals, I can add more, but I don't want to overdo the goals. A lot of times when you overdo the goals and you can't complete them, that's when you get super frustrated and you feel like you're not accomplishing things, but you're actually doing more than you're giving yourself credit for. All right, so we're going to keep with this little box theme, but I'm going to do more of, I just want to do 2 goals next week. And I know one of my first goals will be to get all my orders out, but I can't put that on here because remember we just talked about work. So I'm going to have to be really strategic about these goals. So I know one needs to be definitely self-care related. And then one, I have to figure out what that other one is. So I'll be working on those goals. I'm going to pull this little orange color in here a little bit because it looks like it just does not go. So we are going to pull orange in on this page. And remember, this is not required. This is just a little extra I add. It causes me to come back. Where's my little, to my pages. All right, Ty. Okay, so I'm just going to add some more little accents. And then, like I said, we're almost done. And then I'll give y'all a quick preview of my blackout journal. And then we will be done. And then I can go and watch the live with Tarshell. And I can actually have my journal out. I really need to have my planner out, pre-planner. That's what really needs to be out. And I want to pull in orange a little bit more. I'm looking for one of my orange highlighters. All right, let's see, is there anything else I can put on here? And I think we're probably almost done with this page so we don't overdo it. Sometimes when stuff is super, super plain, I'm like, oh, something else needs to be on there, but it really doesn't. All right, so this is going to be our weekly recap page. Get all this little stuff up. It's looking all junky over here. And then I'm going to briefly show you the blackout page. The blackout journal. I did a video on this, so if you're interested, you can go back and catch that video. It was uploaded today. So this is an Archer and Olive. It's actually a dot grid journal. So y'all know I love dot grid journals. So once I saw this, I had to get it. And so this is my front page, and this is where I put 2019 vibes. And I just wrote a little letter that says, remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good, and then write your heart out. And then in the back, I did my pen test. I used some of the pens that I have that write on black paper. This is not even half of them. But I didn't want to do that on this back page. I have to figure out what else I'm going to do with it. Tyler, what are you doing? Okay. So then when you flip to this page, I'm going to let this be the Hello May page because oh, thanks. You noticed the thing. I can show y'all together. Matter of fact, this will be cool so y'all can see the difference. So this is your white dot grid journal. Now these are by two different brands, okay? So it's going to be a little different. Archer and Olive, their paper is really thick. I do want to try one of their regular Bujo journals, but of course I'm not going to get that right now because it's not a priority, nor is it a necessity. It's just a want. And before I be out here buying any more new journals, y'all, I need to be getting the camera, okay? So y'all keep me on task. Keep me on task. And then this is the black one. So this is Scribbles That Matter. And this is Archer and Olive. With Archer and Olive, their dot grid is a little bit closer. Yeah, their dots are a little bit closer than Scribbles That Matter. And now with Scribbles That Matter, they have more of a cream looking paper. I can't recall which other dot grid journal I had that had a white looking background. That was better, but that's that. So I just wanted to show you the difference. You can see them side by side, and that's how that works. And so you can still do some of the same things. You can still use stickers. You can still use washi tape. So it's not like you're limited. The only thing is you're not going to be able to use a regular pen because it's not going to show up. So a couple of the pens that I use are going to be the Jelly Roll. Now this is a Jelly Roll 08. You cannot use Jelly Roll 08 pens. So in the event that you all go out to the stores, because you, like she said, Jelly Roll 08s will only work on regular paper. I really need to do a pen video. Yeah, so Tarshell, I did a full review. I don't know if you got to watch it right now. The only thing that I did not like was it feels a little bumpy. So I don't know. I'm going to write them like, hey, what's happening? It's just a little wave. It's a little ocean wave, and I'm not here for it. But overall, I like it. I like the way the pens show up. The pens show up very well. Because there are some pieces of black paper where once the ink soaks in, it doesn't give you the vibrancy. So I was really impressed with that part. So again, with the Jelly Rolls, you don't want to use the 08. Yeah, I'm thinking, or you know how when stuff comes off the press, it may have been too hot, and I don't know if in their, factory, it might have been sweaty or something. But yeah, kind of like it might have been wet a little bit. So I'm going to write them and let them know, and I'm going to tag them in the video and let them know that, you do have an honest review out here. Another pen is the Milky Pop. It's by Pentel. Unique is the 06. The 06 shows really, really well on the black paper. The 06 and the 06, the metallic, the souffle, and these are all by the ones that I'm naming y'all. They're all by Jelly Roll. Now the Jelly Roll glitter looking pens, they'll show up, but they're not going to be as bright. It'll show up, but like on screen, it's not going to pop off the page. And again, the Milky Pentel Milky Pop does really well. Do not sleep on, what's my pen, y'all? And I like the Pilot G2. Do not sleep on the Pilot G2, y'all. Like the ones that look really metallic, they have like a purple a gold, stuff like that. That's going to work in these black books. You also can use paint pens. Paint pens are awesome. I have the Jane Davenport paint pens. This does not mean y'all have to go out and buy super expensive paint pens, because Jane Davenport, she don't play no games. So you're going to really want to use a coupon, okay? And now if you got it like that and you just want to go spend that money, have at it. I don't care if I have the money, I'm still going to use a coupon on her stuff because she is very expensive. You can also, what's another brand, y'all? I have another brand that is not in front of me. There's a couple of other brands. They're not in front of me. Yes, they are. This is also a Pentel. I think it's called a Slicey. They have some metallic pens. These write really well, but these are really expensive. Would not recommend buying them if you're not a pen person. I would just tell you to go ahead and stick with the Milky Pop. Pentel also has a sparkle that will show up on your black pages, okay? So those pens will work really well. Let me kind of give y'all a demonstration, because I know y'all like, girl, you just keep showing a pen. Don't nobody care about that. Can you write on the paper already? So let's write on the paper. And I'm not going to complete my whole page, but I will do just, you know, a little dash border, okay? So this is the paint pen. If you're done, open the garage, go around, and bring it back through. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, so that's the pink. Watch your mouth, because I'm on live. Oh, anybody want a 12-year-old to borrow? You got to give them back, though. You got to give them back. All right, so this is purple. This is the Pentel Sparkle Pop. And you're not going to be able to see it from me, but so this is purple, but on dark paper, it shows up blue. On the white paper, it will show up purple. So it's really cool in that aspect. So whenever you buy the sparkle pens, they're kind of like I just call them a mood pen, but they're not a mood pen, but they're going to show two different colors. So those are super, super cool. All right, so that's that pen. I'm going to show you the Pentel. Y'all, for some reason, I have a lot of Pentel pens. I didn't realize that until recently. And so this is the Slicey. This is a gold. And I know most people would probably not put these colors together. But don't be afraid to play around with different colors. All right. So that is the gold. Now we know we got to put a pop of white somewhere up in here. So let's find, and when I tell y'all my desk is a whole heap of a ham, y'all, it's a whole heap of a ham. All right, I'm looking for that white pen that does not want to say hello to me. So we might have to do, we may just have to do this white Pentel pen, because I was looking for the marker, the paint marker. All right, and so I'm just going to do a couple little dots. So yeah, this black is really fun. Now, I will say this journal is not cheap. So if you want to achieve the same thing, y'all go get a pack of, cardstock, the 4.5 by 6.5, and take that mug on down in that white journal and keep it moving. And you get the same effect, okay? So if you're interested in trying the whole blackout method, I would suggest that. And or you can paint your page. You can paint your journal page. You'll have to put a sheet of paper underneath it. You can paint it black, let it dry, and then you can write on top of it. So there's always a variety of ways. Did you put the lock on the gate? All right, go take a shower. All right, and so again, these are really fun. So I'm gonna lift this up so y'all, hopefully y'all can see it. Hopefully it doesn't take it out of focus. And so the possibilities are endless with this. Now, of course, you can always put a pop of yellow. We've already discussed, y'all gonna see this Simply Gilded Washi everywhere until I use it on up. So I'm gonna add a little pop of yellow so you can see how yellow can brighten up a dark page on here. And then I'm gonna put a little bit right there. Yeah, I'm really disturbed. I can't find this little white pen. Oh, got it. All right, and then I'm gonna put hello. I ended up wiping my fit band off, and it hasn't bothered me since, but I'm still going to get another one. I just haven't found one I like. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so it hasn't irritated me anymore, but I still want another one. Still want another one. All right, so then we're going to add just a little bit to bring these white off of the page a little bit. And I need to get another yellow. My favorite yellow pen does not work anymore. And I tried all my little old school methods and lighting the match. Did not work. So that was that. Okay, so this is a Solar Pop pen. I think when it dries, it's going to show up. Don't quote me. I haven't used this one in a while. It does show up on white paper, but it's kind of one of those things like if you want to write something secretive, you can write in, oh yeah, I never told y'all that. If you want to write something that's a little bit secretive, you can write in neon colors. Now, when you go back, you might be like, I can't even read this. However, most people ain't going to try to strain to see that. So yes, as it dries, it shows up a little bit lighter on the page. So yeah, y'all just start having fun with your journals. Hey, Tiffany. Just start having fun with your journals. Don't even overthink it. Like, especially if you want to make it creative, do not overthink your pages. And like I said, with this little black journal, y'all, I'm going to have fun. So y'all going to see this thing on screen. I'm going to still use the regular one because we have to do our weekly motivational pages. But I am so excited about this little thing right here. And so this is my hello page. It's still boring me right now. Yeah, it's still boring me. So I'm going to figure out what else I can do. You don't overthink it, right? So even in your journal moments, allow the pen to flow. Because once you start stalling, you're not being honest with your journal entry, right? And so even with creativity, don't look at what everybody else does. If you end up looking at what everybody else does, that's when you get more frustrated, right? I don't care if you do it and you like, this is the ugliest thing I ever did. It gets better. Y'all got pictures and stuff that I'm like, well, what was I doing? And I just made it work. So yeah, don't overthink that aspect of it. Have fun with it. If you don't like it, put a piece of craft paper on top of it. So that's some other things you can do. Craft paper goes a long, when I say a long way, y'all, it goes a long way. So this is another one of the paint pens. I'm just adding a little extra color so it can pop. I told you it was kind of boring me a little bit. And so, like I said, this, I have no clue what I'm going to use this journal for. I think it'll be just random stuff. It might be quotes. If it's close to me and I feel like writing, that's what's going to go in here. But it's not like this is just my everyday journal. And I believe, y'all, we are almost done. Thank y'all for helping me get my page done, because it probably wouldn't have got done anytime soon. So again, if you have purchased any of these pens and you have them sitting around the house, don't run out and get this journal and you haven't consistently been writing in a journal. Just get you some black cardstock and tape that into your journal, glue it into your journal, and start there and see if it's something that you would even want. You know what I mean? Like, because this journal is 30, I think it might have been 35 or 30 something, but with shipping it was $40. Yeah, cardstock, y'all, will go a long way. We need to do a cardstock live. Like, we need to do another layered cardstock journal entry. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave this pretty simple. I don't want to overdo it. And I'm gonna lift this up to the screen, and then I'm gonna hop off of here and get myself together. But you can do any color. You can do blues. It'll show up on pinks. Any darker color paper that you have, those pens will show up on. So like I said, one day I'll do a live and show y'all, like, I'll layer the cardstock and then I'll actually write. Yeah, so if you have a drawer full of cardstock, just try it out. Let me see if I have a color real quick so I can show y'all. So this is purple. So you see how it shows up as I get the paint on my hand. Yeah, so don't sleep on all that paper y'all got sitting at the house. It will show up on the dark paper. Yeah, so I buy my cardstock packs from Hobby Lobby, Walmart. They come in like a variety of different colors. So I usually get those. Oh yeah, so if you got those pens at the house, yeah, girl, get to it. Get to it. All right, y'all, so I think I am done here. I'll show you one more time. This was the weekly recap page. Yeah, and the pre-cut, different sizes. Yep, I buy them all the time when they're on sale. They're usually like $4.99, $3.99, something like that. They don't cost a lot. So this is the weekly recap page, and then this is my hello page for May. And then remember, I always, when I start a journal off, I don't care what journal it is, I'm going to write some kind of motivational thing to myself. Let's see if I have it in here. So mine in this one was Be Bold, Adrian. And then this one is just telling me to remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good. So I like to always start my journals off talking to myself. I mean, because at the end of the day, when you're writing in your journal, you're ultimately having a discussion with yourself, working through some things. So, you know, just include yourself in your journal. Like, don't ignore yourself. That's what we've been doing a little bit too much, is ignoring ourselves, ignoring self-care, and not being honest with our journeys. So that's that. Yeah, so just allow the pen to flow. Again, if it's not what you like, just keep practicing, right? Practicing makes you better. Watch videos if it's a certain type of look that you're looking for in your journal. You can do that. All right, y'all. So again, I'm going to hop off. Let me grab something to eat and get ready to watch the live. I need to straighten up this desk because it's a mess. So I'll do that. And then I need to work on my planner and some orders. Thank you to everybody that has ordered from the shop. I appreciate it. Orders will start shipping out on Monday. If you got those journal prompts, let's go ahead and get that done. Now, I will say this. I do think I'm going to do some of my journal prompts in here instead of my personal journal, like when we do the monthly journal prompts. I'm considering that in this particular journal. because some of those are a little rough, so I can at least kind of make it as vibrant as possible. So I think I'm gonna do that. So I know that some of that will be in there. But all right, y'all enjoy your weekend. If you are a mom, a bonus mom, if you are a caregiver, I mean, anybody in that role, happy Mother's Day to you. Also, if you have lost a mother recently, my condolences to you. While I can't relate to losing a mom, I can relate to losing a parent, and there's no feeling like it. So please do not feel bad for feeling how you feel. Disconnect for a while if you have to. Take some me time. You deserve it. And I look forward to chatting with you all on Monday. Thank you. Good night.